Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network and YouTube presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. Before we get into our day two, which is rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL draft, please, if you haven't, like and subscribe to Uneducated Network and Uneducated Sports Talk, both on YouTube, to where you see my show, Uneducated Sports Talk, and more shows on our channel. So, that being said, let's get down to it, y'all. This, in my opinion, is probably the most important day of the draft because you get a lot of guys in round two and round three who could have round one grades or do have round one grades, but you're going to choose 32 guys in the first round. So you get a lot of your stars from round two and round three. A lot of those guys in round one, half of them make it, half don't. And rounds 2 and 3, the same thing, but you can get better value rounds two and rounds three. Now, yeah, Lamar Jackson is probably a round one, early, mid round one talent, but you got him if you're the Baltimore Ravens at 32 because the value at that spot you could have got him. So there's a lot more things that went along with that than just get him at 32. But that's for another day. Before we get started though with that, uh, give a shout out to Jason Witten, Dallas Cowboys tight end, who's fourth in NFL history among receptions. Guy is a beast, a constant professional on and off the field. Yes, I am not a Dallas Cowboys fan at all, but I do respect the players, and I respect Jason Witten. He is one of my favorite players. I root for him, not for the Cowboys, no. But Jason Witten is a class professional, and he might be headed to Monday Night Football. You never know. There's rumors in the air. It might be Kurt Warner. It might be Jason Witten. And who wouldn't love to see Jason Witten? Because I know that he's a great guy and he knows the sports, and I know he's going to do a good job if he goes to Monday Night Football. So it'd be fitting to see when the Cowboys do play Monday Night Football how much Jason Witten's going to hate on the Cowboys. but constant professional on off the field. He will be missed by not only Dallas Cowboy fans but fans of the NFL. Period. So Jason Witten, that's for you from Uneducated Sports Talk. Uh, so let's get into it. Rounds 2 and 3 is day two, and in rounds 4 through 7 is day three. Day 2 and 3, you get great value. You get a lot of good studs there who could have first round grades, and but you get them in the second or third round. A is better for you. That being said, let's start off with the noticeable names who got picked at 34. The New York Giants selected Will Hernandez, guard from UTEP. Big, strong, physical guy. One thing I heard, it made me laugh, but I was like, oh, that's dangerous. One of the things about him, they said he doesn't like people. And I like that. I like that. Like the attitude. When you're on the field, I don't like you. I'm going to knock you out. That's how you're supposed to have the attitude. Right? That's what you're supposed to do. Number 35, the Cleveland Browns were the second selection. The first selection was a guard. I don't really know who he was. But number 35, they went with Nick Chubb, running back from Georgia. Now, this guy is going to be good. And that was a great time to get him. He might be Rookie of the Year. You never know. Because this guy, he is NFL ready. He's Sony Michel got all the hype and praise because how the NFL is moving to a dual threat kind of running back now. So Sony Michel got the early bump, but I think Nick Chubb is the reason why. Sony Michel got all that pub. Nick Chubb, banger, 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 soften him up. Here comes Sony Michel, plus an 87-yard touchdown. So I mean, that's how it goes. But Nick Chubb, I think, is a more NFL ready running back. At number 38, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were Ronald Jones II, the running back from USC. Very explosive, runs north and south. I like his skill set as well. Tampa Bay lost Doug Martin, so they need to refill that backfield. And going with Ronald Jones II, that's a great pick for them. So I really like what they're doing with that pick. Another noticeable name, number 41, Tennessee is Harold Landry. As an outside linebacker slash DN from Boston College 2 years ago, 16 and a half sacks. This year had injuries, so only 5.5 sacks, but he's raw, but he is explosive. In Tennessee with their 3-4 defense, they're going to use him. I mean, his get-off is nasty, so I'm excited to see him. He could have potential to win Defense Rookie of the Year if he's put in the right situations in Tennessee. Number 42, the Miami Dolphins got my guy. I'm a New Orleans Saints fan, and I was really hoping to get Mike Gesicki from Penn State. I called him Discount Jimmy Graham, but hey, the Saints went another route, and they know what they're doing. But Miami got them a stud. He's not a great blocker, not at all. I mean, that's why I call him Discount Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham's not a great blocker, but the guy specializes in one thing, that's catching the football. He's a go-getter. You saw he's a former basketball player doing windmill dunks and everything. Miami got him a great tight end, someone who's going to, and the way the NFL is, tight ends don't really need to block these days. I mean, you would love a tight end to block, but the way the NFL's going, they're all spreading out and playing the slot area and having mismatches against cornerbacks and against linebackers. So great pick for Miami. Mike Gesicki's going to the Miami to be the next Dolphin. Another notable name, number 45, Green Bay gets Josh Jackson. Like, he was a surefire first round grade in my opinion. Like, he is a ball hawk cornerback. Can Green Bay finally get it right? They went and got Jair Alexander in the first round, and now they backdoor get another cornerback in the second round. So they're really trying to put emphasis on their secondary because everything else around them is pretty fine, but their secondary is horrible. And every year it keeps backfiring. Hopefully this is the year where it stops for Green Bay. You get Jair Alexander in the first round, and then you get Josh Jackson in the second round. You can't beat that. And those are two really, really, really good cornerbacks in this draft that they got. I mean, that's a great value for Josh Jackson. I mean, he was on people's boards as being part of 15 through 25 in the first round. You get him at 45. That is great value. Number 47, the Arizona Cardinals get Christian Kirk, the wide receiver from Texas A&M. A nice route runner. He's a go-getter. Specializes in punt return, kick return as well, so he can do that. I like what Arizona's trying to do. Larry Fitzgerald cannot play forever. And then, of course, you get Josh Rosen in round one. Got to give him some weapons. Well, he's got weapons now with Christian Kirk, and I think he'll do just fine out there in Arizona. Number 49, probably my favorite pick of the day. The Eagles jumped over the Cowboys to get a guy named Dallas Gobert. So, Dallas Gobert, excuse me. The tight end from South Dakota State. This guy, he's not a great blocker like the kid from South Carolina, but he's a decent blocker, and he's a go-getter. He is big. He is physical. He can jump out the gym. He makes all kind of circus catches, so he doesn't have a problem catching in traffic. I like that. And then with Trey Burton leaving, and then they let go of Selleck as well, the Eagles needed another tight end to match up with Zach Ertz, and they got a great one in Dallas go there. So, I mean, Philly, New Orleans, maybe Minnesota, but we saw how Minnesota got smacked up in the NFC Championship game. But those might be the only three teams that really don't need or have a big, big, big need for a certain position. But anything that you get that's productive-wise, it'll be special to them as well. And that was Philadelphia's first pick, matter of fact, because they traded their first-round pick to the Baltimore Ravens. At 59, Washington Redskins get Darius Geis. It was about time because he was slipping, and I was like, when he's going to get picked up? I was kind of getting nervous. Like, he can't go in the third round. You got to get in the second round. So Washington finally got him. They needed a running back because last year they struggled in that department wholeheartedly, big time. But you get someone who can go between the tackles, and he runs scary. He runs angry. And I like that about Darius Geis. He's not afraid of contact. And he's gonna fit right in with Washington. I mean, got Alex Smith, who's a great ball handler, RPO action going on with that team. So I'm loving what they're doing with that. At number 76, the Pittsburgh Steelers are now thinking about the future. And out of all the teams with, old veteran quarterbacks, Pittsburgh, New England, the Giants, New Orleans Saints, Los Angeles Chargers with Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, all those guys. The one team out of those guys who needed a successor, the Pittsburgh Steelers. One, Big Ben has been getting beat up pretty much as a quarterback all his life. And then just of last year, after that horrible game in the regular season against the Jaguars, where he threw 5 interceptions, he is contemplating retirement and saying it out loud. Pittsburgh said, you know what? We don't want to take that chance. He just retires, and we have no backup plan. They got Mason Rudolph, quarterback from Oklahoma State. I think that's a great spot in the third round at number 76. Someone who's going to be hopefully is the next successor of Ben Roethlisberger and to be the next quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So hopefully they got that game plan going in. That lets me know that Ben probably has maybe next year. I mean this year, maybe next year, and that's it for him. Where you can see Tom Brady, Drew Brees, even Eli Manning, and for sure Phillip Rivers, I can see them going at least 4 years. As long as they stay protected. So at number 83, the Baltimore Ravens. They get Orlando Brown, and this guy was a for sure, surefire first rounder. Then he had that god awful combine, and this sad how combine. Because I always tell people a combine can help you, but a lot of time it hurts people. And I'm like this. Look at the tape. I'm a tape kind of guy. I can give a damn about the combine, how fast you run for this one day, how many reps you do for this one day, how many how high you jump for this one day. I'm not that kind of guy. I can care less about that. A lot of guys they put that into account. Orlando Brown had probably one of the worst pro days in the history of pro days. Not pro days, excuse me, combines in the history of combine. Now he did better on his pro day at Oklahoma. But he had a horrible combine, and that knocked his draft status down almost 2 rounds. He got picked in the third round, number 83, but guess what? The Ravens got a steal. They got a steal. As of 3 weeks ago, I had Orlando Brown in my, maybe about a month ago, I had my first mock draft, I believe, in round 1. And that did not happen. So I'm happy that he get picked up third round. He's not that happy, but that tells you the effects of not doing good at the combine. Why people take that seriously. And I'm the kind of guy. I just watch the tape. Look at the tape. I mean, he was the left tackle of the Big 12 champions and the guys who represented in the playoffs, and they almost beat Georgia. So that's all I'm saying. At 93, and the last noticeable name in my opinion was Jacksonville Jaguars getting Ronnie Harrison, the strong safety from Alabama. He is a run stopper kind of guy. Jacksonville, they love to just beat up people, and their defense is only going to get better and better, and that is their MO, and I love that that's their MO. Running and stop the run, play great defense. So Jacksonville's only getting better. Mentioned Shaquem Griffin has still not been picked up. I knew he wasn't a second or third round talent, let's say that. I always thought he would go either 4 through 7. That was my opinion. He's going to get picked up if he doesn't. Shame on the NFL because this guy is a true warrior, and he was Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. I don't care if he had one hand. The guy makes plays happen. He ran a 4.38 as a linebacker. Now he's not going to play linebacker role. I mean, he could play on zone coverage or obvious pass situations. I see him there. And of course, special teams. But with special teams declining, it might be gone next year. It's gonna, cause a lot of guys to not get any, pickups or get drafted to a team. But Shaquem Griffin, whoever gets him, they're gonna have a star on their hands. I think he is fast. He is fast, and he's a go-getter. And with one hand, he makes better tackles with people who have 2 hands. Just being real. So that guy is a go-getter. So I'm hoping that he gets picked up rounds 4 through 7, somewhere. Someone's going to be happy to have this guy, and I'll be ecstatic when he gets picked up as well. So who do you guys think had the best rounds 2 and round 3, and overall, rounds 1 through 3? Comment down below who is killing it right now in the draft and who is getting killed in the draft. Let me know. Next time you see me, I'll be talking about Game 6 of the Pacers and Cavaliers and Game 6 of the Jazz and the Thunder. We'll recap those games, and we'll talk about the Game 7s as well as going on probably today, which is Saturday. So that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Uneducated Sports Talk presented by Uneducated Network. I'm your host, Clayton. That being said, sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace. And we'll also talk about rounds 4 through 7 in, probably tomorrow as well. So, peace.